What's going on, everybody? It's Kevin with Freedom Coins here, and we're back with part number 2. So as you saw in the last video of this 3-part series, we're going to go through an old collection. Like I said, it's my wife's grandmother's collection. I was fortunate enough to have the honor, I guess, if you will, to go ahead and look through it, kind of dissect it, see what we see if we have any variety coins, anything that stands out to us, and kind of just enjoy this all together. So what I have for you guys today, the last video was dollar coins. Now today we're doing half dollars. So we got 40s, we got 90s, both Kennedys. Then we got a whole bag full of Ben Franklins, and then a bag with some Walkers. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and take all these out of the packages, kind of stack them all up, see what we have, and then we'll start with the 40s, the 90s, the Ben Franklins, and the Walkers, and we'll just kind of go back in order, and let's just kind of see what we have. All right, everybody, so I went ahead and got these kind of all laid out. I do have all the 40%ers kind of spread out right here. Then we got all the 90, the 1964 Kennedys. Then we have the Ben Franklins up top, Walkers on the side. And then I did get out all 3 of my books here just so that I can kind of see if any of these coins upgrade. So let's just kind of get into it. Let's take a look at these 65s. Now, out of some of these, they're not bad shape, but then there's a couple that are in really good shape, like this one right here. If you look at those fields, there's not really a scratch on it. I mean, there's some right here by his face, right by his nose, but for the most part, it's a pretty good looking coin. Even on the back, that's in really good shape. So that's definitely one that you should hold on to. This one right here is also in good shape. It does have some stuff on it, but I think with just a little rubbing alcohol, you could probably get that off. Obviously, you don't want to clean coins, but you can kind of wear that off without doing any damage to the coin. So that one's not bad. And then there was one more right here that I thought was also in good shape. This one you can definitely see some scratches on it, but for the most part, it's in really good shape. So here's all the 65s for us. Zoom out a little bit. So there were 6 of them. Like I said, definitely 2 of them are in really good shape, but this one right here was in the best of shape. So we'll go ahead, push those off. Then we did have 2 66s here. Neither of them were in amazing shape. This one's not in bad shape. Kind of like the other ones, there's kind of like that streaking along it, but there's not many scratches on it. It's just, it has some toning or some foreign material on there, but that one, I would say that one's probably the best out of the 2. Then we'll go over here to the 67s. This one right here will be the best out of the 2. Again, the fields on these look really good. And then we have a couple 68s, and I was really happy with this one right here. This one is in fantastic shape as well. So those are kind of, and then this one right here. This one has really good details. Same thing, like that's in really good shape. And then out of the 69s, this one, not bad. Not bad at all. So there you have it. I mean, there's nothing really to look for in 40%ers as far as errors, varieties, common coins, anything like that. They're all pretty common, and they're all 40% silver. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and kind of collect all these up, and then we'll lay out the 64s and just real quick tell you a couple of the good ones, see if we have any of the high relief with the hair, and I'll just kind of explain that, but we'll burn through those pretty quick. So let me get a second to stack these up, and I'll lay those out for you. All right, so I went ahead and got all these 64s laid out, and I was talking about the high relief. So what it is, basically on Kennedy's hair, kind of right back in there, how you can kind of see little hair strands, I guess, if you will. It was like super defined, and it stands out. Like you can see, it's almost kind of one of those things where you can count every hair on his head in a sense, but you definitely notice. We don't have any of those in this collection, but I did want to say, kind of like with some of those 40%ers, these 64s are in amazing shape. These 2 rows right here, they're not bad, obviously, except for a couple of these. But this row right here, these are all in absolutely beautiful shape. If you look at all those, like this one right here, I mean, these ones are Like I said, these 64s are in amazing shape. Even this one right here. Yeah, so anyway, there wasn't anything special to look at with the 64s, but I just kind of wanted to let you guys know and show you just, honestly, just how incredible some of these 64s are. Not bad for the year. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and get these all cleaned up out of the way. Let's bring in the Ben Franklins. Okay, so I went ahead and laid these all out. I laid them out by year. So like if you can kind of look, 63, 62, 61, there's some 60s. These are 58s, 54s. All 5 of these are 54s. Then we go 53, 52, 50, 49, and 48. Now, there's a couple key ones to kind of look for. The first one being a 49. All of the ones from 49 are lower mintages. This one right here is in incredible shape. I think this is the best looking one out of all of them. If you look, you can see those lines on the bell really well. Yeah, that's in fantastic shape. The reason why I say 49s because the plane without a mint mark had 5.6 million. The D mint marks had 4.1, and the S mint marks had 3.7 million. This one right here is a D mint mark. You can see right there on top of the bill. And then let's check this one. That is also a D mint mark. So these both right here had about 4.1 million, but all in all, this one's definitely the best looking one. Now the next one really that's kind of a key date, if you will, is the 52s, but the 52S particularly, that one right there, actually. All right, pretty cool. They made 5.2 million of these. So again, it's not anything extremely low mintage, but it's definitely one of the lower mintage ones to really look out for. The next one to look out for is the 55 with no mint mark. That was 2.5 million only, and that was the only Ben Franklin that they made in 55. That's what makes it so incredibly rare, I guess, if you will. Rare as in 2.5 million. And then the next one to go up to is the 59s and the 60s. Those had about 6 million. So again, it's not like super rare or anything like that, but it's a lower mintage one, so it's definitely one to look out for. Let's go ahead. I've already kind of looked at these and checked to see if we had any rare, lower mintage ones like these 49s. That one's really good. But let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab my Kennedy book. Give me just a second. I'm gonna take a look. As you can see, I have some spots to fill. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a look at these Kennedys and I'll lay out the ones that I think will upgrade this book and then bring you back in when I do. All right, so I went ahead and got these all cleaned up, and all 5 of these will actually work in the book that I have right here, especially this 63 right here. This 63 with no mint mark, because that is the one right there that I have. But I'm not gonna replace these. It's not my collection. It's not up to me to determine. It was just kind of cool to see which coins would upgrade my book, and then also which coins in my book that I had that weren't a part of this collection. Again, I'm just kind of going through this collection to kind of show you guys what we have and just kind of give you some history about it. We'll stack these up next to the other Ben Franklins. Then let's bring down the Walking Liberties. I'll lay them all out for you, and we'll talk about those for a little bit. Okay, we got the Franklins put away, and now it's time for Walking Liberties. Now, I know a lot of you guys absolutely love these Walking Liberties. These are your favorite coins. I still gotta say, Ben Franklin's, those are my favorite. But anyway, let's just go ahead and kind of dive into this. So most of these coins, here's a 46, I think is what it was. Yeah, 46 down to a 41. So majority of these are in the 40s. And then these two right here, the I guess oldest coins at a 36 and a 37. Now, there aren't many old Walking Liberties here, so none of these are really worth anything, too much to look for. The only one that would be of interest is the 46 here, because this one does have the double die obverse on it. So this is definitely something to kind of put under the scope. That would be the only potential out of all these newer ones. But let's kind of break this down. So 1916, 1917. Now they had the mint mark. So I'll kind of show you. So right here, there's no mint mark because they put the mint mark. Well, see if I can find you one that does. Okay, right there. So you can see the S mint mark right off my thumb right there in the corner. So they started putting the mint marks on the back of these, 16, 17. So they had them on the back, but the problem was in 1916 and 1917, there's some coins that have the mint mark right underneath "In God We Trust." Now those ones are going to be worth some money. So the 1916D with the mint mark, like I said, on the front here, they had about 500,000 of those. And then the 1917D and S, one had 760,000 or so, and the other one had about 900,000. So those are two coins definitely to look out for. So 16 and 17 with the mint mark on the front, and you're going to be in good shape. The next one to really look at is the 1919s and the 1921s. So in the 1919s, with no mint mark, they made 960,000. Now in the 1919D or the S, they made about 1.3 million. So those are gonna be worth a little bit of money. And then the ones that are the most important, I would say, is anything from 21. So 1921 no mint mark, 246,000. The D mint mark, 200,000, and the S mint mark had 548,000. So those are pretty big. The biggest thing, I guess, really to look at is anything before 1934. If you find one before 1934, you're in good shape. If you see one in the 21s and older, you're in even better shape. But, so those are kind of things, I guess, to look at for Walking Liberties. Unfortunately, there isn't anything in here that's too exciting. We will look, exciting other than the fact that they're Walking Liberties, and that's awesome in itself. But we'll check this one for the double die, and then here is my Walking Liberty book. So I do have some holes. All of these coins actually came out of that one Walker hunt where I found, I think it was like 37 Walking Liberties. I'll actually put that video right up here for you. That way you guys can check it out as well. But like I did with the Ben Franklins, I'm going to go ahead and pull any of these off to the side. And just for fun, we'll see if any of those would fill my book. So give me just a second and I'll bring you back in. Okay, I got these all pushed out of the way, got them restacked back up. There were two coins right here. This one being a 37 with no mint, never mind, 37S. And then this one right here is going to be a 44 with an S mint mark as well. Both of those would technically upgrade my book, but like I said, I don't want to upgrade it. It's not my collection. I want to make sure this collection kind of all stays together, stays in its home. As you guys in the community know, nothing's more important than keeping a collection together and keeping it where it belongs. With that being said, thank you guys very much for kind of sitting down with me, reading through these coins, checking out what we have, and stay tuned for part number 3. We got quarters, nickels, dimes, mercury dimes, old notes, old bank notes. We got a bunch more coming, and it's going to be great. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and let me know what was your favorite part. And obviously, you got to hit the subscribe button. But until part 3 comes out, stay free, stay tuned. I'll see you on the next one.